What's up, Riffic? What's up, Curtis Hill? Camarellas, Barb. Trump's speaking right now, right? Maybe we'll get some interesting price action. What's up, M4? Alright, guys. So I know Trump is speaking, and a lot of you guys probably want to watch that. So we'll run through the Bitcoin stuff, and then see if you guys have any altcoins. And if not, we can call it there. But so looking at Bitcoin. So what we were talking about yesterday was that we had this. Well, what we've been talking about, when was this, Monday, for the past 2 days or so, was that Bitcoin had this bearish break of structure on the 6 hour, had a SFP break of structure, generally going to be bearish, and we came back up to test kind of the trend line, got pumped a little higher, came to grab this liquidity here, dumped back down, and now kind of sliding right now. So we know we have this big bear up here, right? Guilty until proven innocent. It's due to the 6 hour structure change. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, so likely we're going to come sweep this liquidity. We still haven't swept this yet after coming up and SFPing this high here. So let's mark that out. We got liquidity here. Got our 1 hour high here. We SFP'd. That SFP would target the lows down here. They made a pit stop right here, likely coming to sweep the low. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the SFP here was your clue that that Bitcoin was going to come down. We are having a little bit of sideways relief here. Kind of broke our downtrend here. Kind of just went sideways. Can't really get any durable move here. In terms of the 1 hour, so we know that our previous structure high was up here. Or sorry, the 15-minute previous structure high was up here. We broke that, but then SFP'd it on like the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Yeah, so like the 30-minute, we SFP'd it up here, came back down. We know our external low is here. This is a weak low. We're likely going to come attack that with the SFP. Let's see. Zoom in, see if we have any structure. So 15-minute, yeah, we'd have to go closer. Or we could use the 20 minutes since we broke. It's 20-minute here. So we break our structure bearish with the pull of this low here. Wait, is the volume good, guys? Can you guys hear me? I'm gonna drink some water. Soul still holding. How does Soul? We'll look at Soul in a little bit, but yeah, 123. Yeah, Sol looked a lot better than Bitcoin at these lows because it actually had a break of structure. Bitcoin, the 5-minute break of structures, way up here at 87. All we've really done looks like, yeah, golden pocket retest the previous lows, and then we've kind of rejected from there, gone sideways. But the 5 minute, even like the 5 minute, is still bearish on Bitcoin. So if you want to be a little more bullish on Bitcoin, you got to see us come above and hold above like 87,000. That would be your bull break on your 5 minute. Until we do that, we're just looking at a golden pocket rejection. So still leaning bearish. What do we know, right? We know that the daily is bearish, the 4 hour is bearish, and the 1 hour is bearish, right? So we should be anticipating trend moves to the downside until, and we even know like the 5 minute is bearish, right? So I would like to see like maybe an SFP of this low that would kind of bring structure down for us. If we're able to SFP the low, come back up, break the high, then we might be able to get started on something. But if we don't SFP and we just break down, like I said on yesterday's stream, we do have liquidity targets below us. We've broken this downtrend, failed to reclaim it, continuing to roll over, looking at like 83.7 and like 83.4. This would kind of be the last area where I would say that we could bounce before we're really just coming for the lows. But with this failure to reclaim here, it's pretty likely that we're coming for the lows. We are kind of overextended a little bit to the downside though. Like if you look at our indicators here, we are in the reversal bands on the 4 hours, but we still have a really thick purple EMA band. We'll have to see if we can kind of hold here. I wonder if Trump is saying anything bullish for us here. Getting a retest of downward momentum here. But let's talk about the Sol trade for a minute. So okay, so we took this trade on Sol here. The reason for the trade, so I was kind of looking at a couple things at the bottom here. So we know that we had like this downtrending momentum downtrending support level here that we bounced off of, which is nice. Also on the 4 hour, we put in a SFP of this previous low over here. And then you guys know, like I say, you don't enter on the SFP, you enter on the break of structure following the SFP. So I was kind of looking at a couple different coins. I was looking at ETH a little bit too, because ETH had a break of momentum here after the dump. So I figured it could probably retrace some, but there wasn't really a structure entry. So flipped over to Sol here. And I just saw a really clean 5 minute SFP break of structure right here. What is this pattern called? What do we call this pattern? Somebody put in chat. That's right. Yeah, JPAL pattern. So we had like a nice JPAL pattern at the lows. We got our initiation out. I told you guys you could take some profit here if you wanted to. Then we came back to mitigate, right? What do we see? Range, initiation, mitigation, continuation. The problem is we need to get above this high. Otherwise, we're just SFPing the 5 minute. So on the 5 minute, this was our change of character. And then we had our break of structure. Then we pulled back. Looks like SFP'd the low. That would have been a nice entry too if you didn't enter before. SFP the low, so you can have your stop loss under here if you want to kind of move your stop loss up. I'm gonna leave mine in case we get the bigger move up, but if you're protecting your capital, you can move your support there. But the problem is now we need to break above this, because all we've currently done is like staircase SFP this structure here, which would target coming back to the lows down here. So if you haven't taken some off the table, I'd recommend taking a little bit off the table, just to protect yourself. But that's what I see on Sol. The problem with Sol is that if we lose this level, if we close below it, we're likely coming down to like 113, 112-ish after that. So This is kind of our. I would like to see us reclaim and hold 126 again, so that we can try to make a move up to like 150 ish. But that would be like the bull case for Bitcoin, that it doesn't roll over here, which is pretty unlikely. Okay, so if we do pump back up here, we do have our golden pocket we can look to for a rejection here, kind of in these fair value gaps here around like 88,400. That would look something like this, right? So there's a couple options. Number one is that we just break structure here on the 5 minute, come back down, come up, and then put in 5 minute bear structure here to put in a short. I know Alex says looks like we're coming down Friday. It could line up kind of with that. Let's see. Maybe it happens like over here, right? But could line up with that. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Let's take a look at what total looks like. Okay, so total, you had your bearish break of structure on the 4 hour as well. You've come back down. Did you actually SFP this on the 4 hour? Did she close below? Okay, so we did close below on the 4 hour here. Yeah, not looking great. Where's our uptrending momentum on that? Yeah, this just looks like a clear rejection retest of the trend line. Oh, we need Bitcoin to go. Okay. Bitcoin's trying to break out of the downtrend. That's nice. Still got about 3 minutes on this close. You got in on the mitigation? Nice. Nice, bro. What's your entry? $122.57. Not bad, bro. Is Soul moving? Hey, there's our break of structure we were looking for. Which is nice because with these SFPs, does this take the high here? It did. Yeah, that would move our structure down to like 123-ish, which is nice. Cool. Oh, you layered in, bro? Nice. Are you guys watching Trump? Is he saying anything? Is that why we're pumping? Orange man pump. Go, Soul, go. Okay, nice. Bitcoin's getting a bit of a move. Nice, nice. So yeah, so this 4 hour SFP targets the high up here at like 146, so that would be really cool. This is a setup that I talk about all the time, so I tell you guys that I really don't trade altcoins unless we get like pretty much this specific setup, right? SFP the low, and then try to get in here on a structure break. So like one example of this setup before was like with was that arrow that we were looking at? Oh, it was virtuals. So when we were looking at virtuals, if I could type. Yeah, when we were looking at virtuals. Oh, what? There we go. Yeah, so it's the same kind of setup as what we got back here, right? This just was a 30-minute break of structure, so it's a little bit stronger. But it's the same idea, right? You come sweep the low. The difference in, so this would be like a variation A, right? The difference in these two setups is that on this setup, we actually closed below the low on the 4 hour. So that's why, I mean, 30-minute was a better setup there. But yeah, back here. So it's the same idea. So on the 4 hour, you come and you sweep a low, and then you get a bullish chotch in the other direction, right? So in this case, it was the 30-minute. We took the trade here, and then we exited the trade at the previous supply golden pocket. That's kind of what I would say variation A of the setup is. And then what we're dealing with now is like what I would say is variation B, right? So in this version, we actually SFP the low. We failed to break down, right? Failed to break lower, and then you get your change of character in the other direction, right here. And then you actually get your break of structure as well. But that actually targets the high of the range instead of the 618, which if we look at the 4 hour, that would be SOL coming back up to like 147. So that's why, even though the market looked rather shitty down here, we did have some good things going for us, like the break of structures that we saw, or sorry, the break of downward trending momentum on ETH and Bitcoin. And then, yeah, I was just kind of flipping through the top coins to see what I could find, and this looked the best. So there's a possibility that we rotate the range here, but Bitcoin would have to surprise us with a pretty nice upward move, which we're starting right now, which is nice. Bitcoin's moving. Whenever we aggressively dump like this, like let me see. Yeah, like if you pull up like vector candles here, right? We're gonna have a lot of liquidity above us. A lot of liquidity up here. Also, like this is the midway point of, I think, the 6 hour vector. Yeah, this 6 hour blue vector. It's like 85,468. It's kind of the mid level of there. So I was kind of looking at that as a bounce area yesterday or on Monday, and it looks like we come down to retest this now. Let's go, Bitcoin. Hell yeah, boys. All right, Sol, time to catch up, man. Let's but yeah, my point was we have like a lot of liquidity up here to come take. A lot of people that went short. Because look at the volume. Like the sell volume eclipses the buy volume. Like it was kind of like a buy to sell up here. And then take profit, run it back up. We'll see. But that's kind of what we've been doing in this range the whole time. Mark down, mark up, mark down, mark up, mark down, mark up, mark down, mark up, mark down. We're just stuck in a range here. The key levels, or sorry, sold to Bitcoin. Yeah, let's check that out. You're right. Dang, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Sol, you're not moving. All right, what do we have here? Yeah, retest the previous highs. You were saying something about Sol ETH when we were in voice chat earlier, Bearded. I'll take a look at that. Okay. All right, yeah, I don't hate this. So we were talking earlier about how Sol had this 4 hour break of structure against ETH. It has now broken out against ETH, and now it's actually had a break of structure, so it has a change of character here, and it actually has a break of structure. So we're now actually in a 4 hour trend on Sol against ETH. So Sol could get a nice run. This could turn out to be like a really nice trade on Sol, or we could get stopped out overnight by Asia, but we'll see. It's definitely worth taking. I would say like the first major spot to take profit would be like 126, but you can try to leave runners on this, see if we can do a full range rotation, but we'll see. All right, well, I'm sure most people are either watching Trump or watching Alex right now. So it's like, if you guys want to ask any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I don't really have that much more to go over. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, just let me know in chat. We can kind of watch this pump a little bit. What are we looking like on the 15 here? Okay, I don't hate that. So like we break our structure on the 1 hour here, and then we SFP below. So we not only SFP'd on the USD pair, we also SFP'd on the Bitcoin pair, which is pretty nice. Bitcoin 1 hour SFP was fast today. Yeah, bro, it was really fast. Okay, so we made it through our local golden pocket, which is nice. Kind of testing at 786 right now. This is all still internal structure on the 5 minute on Bitcoin. What did we break over here? Did we break 3 minute? No, we didn't even break 3 minute. Did we break 2 minute? No. You have a 1 minute break here. Yeah, so yeah, our 1 minute low is still down here. So we could come back and retest the trend line, and that would be golden pocket, which would be cool. Is this going to be another pump and dump news thing, or are we going to be able to hold here? All right. Nothing that you guys want to look at? Bear claws are out. That's right, bro. What are we? We always have the bias on the chart, right? Guilty until proven innocent. We got Boo Boo here, and we should put his name on here. Boo Boo the bear. Alright, cool guys. Well, that's really all I had to talk about. I know it's a smaller crowd today, so probably not as many coin requests or anything. But yeah, I'd be looking for either an SFP to come up, or I'd be looking for like breakdown retest much lower. But if we can continue to come up, really, I'm just looking at kind of the next areas is like the golden pocket here, which would kind of be a retest of this trend line as well. Can I check Sol? So I looked over Sol a lot on the stream. So we actually are in a trade right now on Sol. We took this trade. Kind of staircase your structure here. Could come back. I'd be watching this momentum here. That'd be kind of the first sign that things are turning around. Yeah, it does have potential, bro. All right, y'all. Well, y'all can go watch the Orange Man now. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, join the free Discord in the description. And as always, my name is Market Cipher. Trade safe. Much love. Market Cipher out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.